My videos have been long overdue. Um, I should begin by hi. um, so today is Sunday, March 22nd. It's around 10:25 a.m. Shanghai time. So I made it safely into Shanghai on Wednesday. Uh, it it's been a bear. Not even gonna lie. Made it through customs, made it through everything, and then got to the very end and was like, whisked away um, and taken to Grace Hotel, which was completely opposite of where my other teachers were taken. And so I've been here government quarantined uh, by myself, which, hello, it's quarantine. But I've been at Grace Hotel. Uh, it was it was interesting. And those of you who know, who uh, are have interacted with me before, you know, whenever I say it's interesting, it's interesting. Um, but the hotel itself is lovely. I mean, when I tell you, I had a wonderful young lady that was with me. Her name was Kyoko, as in Kyoko-san, Madama Butterfly. Beautiful young woman, and she's actually next door to me. Um, she acted as my translator, basically, because if it had not been for her, I would have been, it would have been really bad. It would have even been worse. It wasn't great to begin with, but it would have been even worse. Um, Wednesday night I got here Wednesday morning, didn't get to the hotel and wasn't let out of the place, the van. Uh, Not the bus, the van. Yeah, you're getting it. Um, until late that evening. So didn't actually get into the room until very, very late. Um, there was just, it was just an arduous process, a lot of confusion. Um, because I kept saying, no, I'm supposed to go to the Holiday Inn where the other teachers were, but they said, no, you're coming here, and so I went. But finally got checked in, got into the room. The only problem is that the room. Those of you who know, I'm an asthmatic and I have a certain condition. Um, where obviously I can't really be in cold because my throat closes up, my lungs close. It just is, it just is not good. And so I have to be very. It's part of the reason why I moved down to Florida in the States because of the fact that it's hot and humid, and it's hot and it's humid, and for asthmatics, typically that's better. Um, so I got into the room, uh, it's like I said at one point, because I'm going to be here for at least 14 days. Um, and today is Sunday, so I've been here for a little bit of time. Um, but the hotel itself is beautiful. The positive points have been that I've had an opportunity to learn a little bit of Chinese and, even beyond Shisha, um, like being able to say woo, woo, um, for I, for me. Um, of course, saying ni hao and, to say hello. Um, But the challenge has been with my company, which has been great. And I is at night here in Shanghai. It gets cold, and so it's been, at least for the last couple of nights, the first couple of nights that I've been here, it's been really touch and go, and I've been really afraid. There's not, because the hotel is actually not staffed by hotel staff, it's staffed by government agency workers who are here just to, make sure that you're okay. Um, and they're really, really great. Like, they're young people. But they're really on top of it and just very, they're just, it's been a positive experience with them, bottom line. Um, and I'm not just saying that either. I'm really like, it's just, I would say in stark contrast as a teacher, uh, you know, that they have been really, really just respectful. There's a lot of it's very respectful, Um, so, but again, the concern is obviously, I need to make sure that I am okay as an asthmatic. Well, the awesome things is that, or one of the awesome things is that I have had really an opportunity to kind of rest and to get my body back. Um, I'm going to take a moment to really just say how just grateful I am. Um, it hits me in waves that I'm in China, which is so awesome. It's cheesy, I know, but look, I'm allowed to be cheesy, okay? I'm allowed to be cheesy just for a little bit. Um, the just the awesome fact of the organization that I have been that I'm with. Um, I have a director of studies who has been very supportive. I have um, really everyone has been very supportive of what has not I has not really been easy at all. Um, but it hits me in waves that I'm actually in China, and that like I am learning. I'm learning how to speak Chinese from Chinese. I mean, from native, Chinese people, which is just so awesome to me. Um, so you're supposed to say, oh, I'm in quarantine. Oh, it's horrible, I'm in quarantine. I'm really okay. Like anybody who knows me knows I grew up as an only child, and we as only children, we need our like alone time, like our hey, I'm good, you do you, I'll do me alone time, right? So after the initial stress of what transpired at the airport, I needed the alone time. Um, so it's not that aspect, but I will say it is the aspect of um, like saying and again I just it was just one of those situations. It was just really stressful. Not to go too deep, because you all know how I am. I do not dwell. I'm not dwelling on negative at all. Um, but it was really stressful. It was something that I had never really experienced before. Um, but I am grateful because I see a lot of the things that my training with the American Red Cross, my training with my parents, my travel, the foresight that I had to ship my bags. I'm very Now, here's the other thing. My bags are still sitting in customs, in FedEx, at the airport because I didn't have. There was no internet. It was very limited communication. I'll just put it like that. Um, and that's part of the reason why it was stressful. But the awesome thing is for the bag that I packed, and I'll show you the bag. Like you can see how big my bag is, right? Now, granted, anyone who knows me, I am like beyond prepared. I'm one of those like I back up to the backup to the backup because you just never know. And this is an example of a great situation where I backed up to the backup. The I wouldn't have even had the challenges that I'm kind of experiencing right now in terms of, okay, I'm at the hotel. They're not allowing for me to have anything in terms of electric heaters. You're not supposed, I guess, to have any type of like an electric heater, like a fan. They won't allow an electric blanket. And my company has tried to basically send me a care package uh, because they know, hello, uh, it's a medical condition. It's not, a vanity thing, right? Um, but, the awesome thing is that I packed comforters because that's just me. In my big bag, I packed two comforters, and that has kept me from a lot of, it could have been really, 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 really bad. Like I could have wound up in the hospital like almost immediately the first night or the second night, because that's how cold it got. Um, before I left London, I went to grocery shopping, and I got a little bit of food, um, and porridge, like oatmeal. Yes, I call it porridge. um, but I went to go and get some oatmeal for myself. So little things have proven uh, a little. What do they say? A pound. My mom used to say a pound, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Um, and so my ounce of prevention superseded, any pound of cure. Okay, now granted, do I have my heater? No, because my heater, again, a stressful situation. So when I was in London, I was at my Airbnb, which was wonderful. Oh my gosh, you've got to check my TripAdvisor um, page because I'm gonna start posting. And I stayed at an Airbnb. I think it was St. Mary's Avenue. It was right by. It was in Steinwell, Steinbeck, something like that. It was right by Heathrow. Um, and Rajesh is the person's name who actually did the hosting, but fabulous. Best experience. Oh my gosh, fabulous. Um, go there. Inexpensive, nice. I mean, beautiful rooms. One room is like the freedom room, and the other room is like the love room. It's wonderful experience. Um, but my heater, I plugged my heater in because the adapter didn't work. It didn't, and so I had to go back to Heathrow, get some adapters, finally plugged it in, and it was the socket blew out my heater. So I would have had a heater, but it blew it out. Um, that's something that I've carried ever since I first started traveling internationally. To carry a heater unless I'm going to somewhere like Greece, or Spain, unless I'm going to a warm climate. And even when I go to warm climates, I still keep it because you just never know. You could get there and it could just be a cold spell. That happens. Um, so, normally I do carry heaters with me, or I do carry some. It's basically a heater slash fan. But it blew out, and so I didn't have my heater. I didn't have anything with me. Um, but all in all, even though it has been stressful, and for me to say it's been stressful, it's been stressful. Um, I am still blown away by the irony of the fact that the hotel that I'm staying in is Grace. Um, but I'm blown away by. I traveled. One of these days, I'm going to post a video about the fact that I used to not fly. Um, as a matter of fact, I missed my grandfather's funeral because I could not get on a plane, and I was married. I was dating my ex husband at the time. Um, but I am so grateful just I can't believe I'm in China. I'm just and I like I'm grateful for the quarantine because I needed the rest. Like I needed to be able to just kind of decompress and be like, and reset and reacclimate myself. Um but like, and I have a bed again. And even though I have experience, it has been challenging in certain regards, but the reality is that I'm here and I'm going to be teaching, and like I I'm just really grateful, you know. I'm grateful I didn't get sick. you know, I packed my EpiPens. I packed what was needed for me in an emergency situation, and that's what this is. We're in lockdown. We're in quarantine, and my training from the American Red Cross when I did service to the armed forces, when I did all of that disaster work, that helped me to pack. That helped me to kind of be able to hunker down and to know what to bring and what not to bring. But I will say, okay, so this is the girly part of me. Just to let you know, I still have my uh, body spray because look, I'm a girl, and that's Uh, but put it into perspective. I have my hand sanitizer too because that's just me. So, um, but other than that, I just wanted to. And this was not a quick video. But and I'm gonna try to post some more videos because it's been a minute. But I'm here. I made it to Shanghai. I made it to China. I am so like I'm very I'm grateful, but I'm also like I think I made right choices in the organization that I went with, and so far, I believe I've made some right choices in that organization, and just navigating this process and making a life change, selling everything, my car, bringing all my stuff over. Um, I hope Pods does not sell my stuff because I have to make a payment. I really have not had it to be able to make a payment, but I have to make a payment. Um, but, you know, I think that I made a right decision to come here so far. If something changes, I'll post that and I'll say that. But so far, it has not been easy. It has been challenging. It has been stressful in many regards, but I am persevering. And I'm here. So that's it. Until later.